Welcome to a journey back in time. Today, we explore a heavy relic of the past, the charcoal iron, a household essential before the electric age. Before the convenience of modern technology, pressing clothes was a labor-intensive ritual. Look at this oxidized metal body, heavy with the weight of history. The lid creaks open on its hinge, revealing a hollow chamber meant to hold the literal fire that powered this domestic engine. Thin wisps of smoke begin to rise as glowing embers are placed inside, turning this cold piece of metal into a steaming press. Without the luxury of a power outlet, our ancestors relied on the heat of the hearth to maintain their appearance and dignity through their attire. Operating one of these required precision and strength. First, tongs were used to carefully transfer red-hot coals from the fire into the iron. Once filled, the iron became a miniature furnace. The wooden handle provided the only protection against the intense heat radiating from the cast iron. The side vents were crucial. They allowed air to reach the coals, keeping the fire alive as the iron moved across the fabric. To stoke the heat, the user would swing the iron back and forth vigorously. This swinging rhythm was the heartbeat of the ironing day. Ironing wasn't just a chore. It was a social ritual. Women would often gather in courtyards, sharing stories while tackling mountains of laundry. The air would be filled with the scent of damp linen hitting hot metal. It was a repetitive, arduous motion that required incredible stamina. Every crease had to be fought with physical effort. There were no temperature dials here, only the intuition of the person holding the handle. But with great effort came great risk. One wrong move, and the very tool meant to clean the clothes could ruin them instantly. Imagine the frustration when a sudden puff of soot escaped the vents, landing directly on a freshly washed white collar. Or the dreaded scorch mark. If the iron sat for even a second too long, the intense heat would leave a permanent yellow stain. The indoor environment was often smoky and hot, placing a heavy physical strain on the arm and lungs of the ironer. Despite these challenges, these irons were built to last forever. Forged from solid cast iron, they were virtually indestructible. They were often passed down through generations, cherished family heirlooms that carried the stories of many hands and many homes. Then came the electric revolution. A massive shift in domestic life occurred when the heavy smoking iron met its modern match. Instant gratification replaced the long preparation. A simple flip of a switch provided consistent heat without the soot and fire. The time saved was immense. What once took a whole day could now be accomplished in minutes, freeing people for other pursuits. Today, these charcoal irons have retired from their daily labor. They sit as pieces of art, reminding us of the patience of our ancestors. They stand as symbols of resilience and the remarkable journey of human ingenuity. We've come a long way from the glowing embers. Thank you for exploring this piece of history with me. What other forgotten objects should we rediscover next? Let me know in the comments.